So where am I at so far? Absolutely nowhere. I got the back wall cleared. Now you got to remember, this was an old garage, so this is basically part of the old workshop. This used to be the bathroom. I don't know how it was laid out, but this used to be a bathroom. And then there used to be a wall here. And then when they moved out of here, he ripped everything out of this so there was no longer a bathroom. And that's basically it, because the town of Branford will charge you taxes on everything. So he ended up making this little workshop in here that he used to mix paint and things. As you can see, there's little paint spatters on the wall and stuff like that. This window is covered with a cage, and that's where I have my little sandblasting box. And I have my little spray booth here, but now all this is going to be coming out. But I think it's going to be more than plenty, because I'm going 12 feet off that wall. Alright, and I'm about 6 feet from that wall. So a whole opening, because this chimney's kind of in the way, alright? The chimney doesn't take up all this though. See, I can take a lot of this wall out of here. I could take at least a foot of this out of here. So at that point, 6 feet here, so that's going to give me a pretty good square of 12 and 6 is 18. So it's going to give me approximately 18 by 19 square. Well, you know what I mean by it. So that will give me enough open square space to organize things the way I need. And then I can start working on clearing this up a little bit. Alright, because this one, again, it's 19 wide. And from where I'm standing now, it's about 20 feet. Because this is 19 by 25, I think. Or 26. So that'll give me about, actually maybe a little bit more than that. But that'll give me at least 19 by 25 on this side. Now this is the side though that has a lot of things in the way, like the wood burner stove, or the wood burner here. Alright, the middle beam, but that has to be there. A lot of counter space being used up, but you know what? I can deal with this counter space now and use it, other than just being what it is. So I think this is going to work out all right. All right. So like I say, if I cut from where I'm at, and I'm going out 12 feet from that wall, that'll give me 18 feet from where I'm standing of basically open space, except for this little bit of chimney, which isn't going to bother me. And all this is all going to be open as well. So that's all going to go back 18 feet. And from the corner over in that, behind the door, from that corner to this corner is 19 feet. So now we took off the back. This used to be, remember, if we walked out, there used to be a little back porch here, and I had the refrigerator over here, microwave oven, stuff like that, and a little screen door. Well, there's the door. So we just ripped that down. We used a tractor and made quick work of that. And so that's all pulled down. And if you remember, it came out about, I don't know, maybe 3 feet. And then it went across about 5 feet. Well, you can see where it was from there to there. So I guess that's about 5 feet, give or take. So anyway, that's ripped down. So that's good. So now I just got to get up there and put a chalk line across about 3 feet in, and start cutting that out and rip it open. And when it comes time to taking these walls down, because these are all going to be coming down, I think what I'm going to do is cut them in sections and just be able to move them out with the tractor instead of ripping them out, shingle in pieces, and making a big mess out of everything. So I'll just cut them all out. This storm window, I hit it with the tractor, but, well, actually when the roof came down, I hit it. But the window itself is still salvageable. But you know what? I'm probably just going to buy 2 new windows and not worry about it, because I don't want a full window like that. I want a large window, but I don't want a window that's going down so far that it's going to get in the way of my counter space. So I do want a window over the counters and a door. Alright, you know, so the door will probably be in this corner, because again, I want as much wall space as possible, and if I plant a door in the middle, I'm taking away a lot of wall space. So I'm going to put a door over here, and then probably a window right about where it is there, but a little bit higher and a little bit wider, and I think that'll be all I'm going to need. So, but anyway, we're getting there, and like I say, we're going to be out to about here. So I'm standing on the corner. Well, I'm not standing on a corner, but I'm standing in the corner that it's going to be the corner of the building. I don't know if you can get a perspective here or not, but that's going to be a pretty good sized room. Yeah, that's going to be good. All right, so much for that. Well, guys, here's what we're going to start doing today. Seeing that I knocked out, well, let me show you so you know what I'm talking about. If you remember right, if I walked out this door here, there used to be like a little closed-in porch here that's no longer here. Alright, because I just yanked it all off with the tractor. So now, what I'm going to do is, this is going to be an addition, as I said earlier. This is going to come out approximately, the camera doesn't give me wide enough angle, but approximately I'm going to come up 12 feet, maybe 14, by 19 feet. So this is probably going to be right about where I'm going to be. So I got to cut into the roof because of the angle. If I follow the angle that's there, which I was hoping I would be able to, by the time I got out to 12 feet, I'd be bumping my head. And that's if I had the floor on the ground. Now, as you can see, I'm going to be off the ground, probably 18 inches or so. So I got to get ready and put some sonotubes in and dig some holes and do some but what I'm going to do too here, before I get started too far, I'm going to cut a couple of holes in the wall with the Sawzall to get an idea where the floor level actually lies, so I can start getting some measurements. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And then put together a list and go to I don't know if I'm going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's, to be honest with you. You know, Home Depot's okay, but for some reason, I don't know if it's just me or not, but it seems that I get better quality merchandise out of Lowe's for about the same price, you know, and Lowe's gives me government discount, where Home Depot doesn't want to give the government discount unless you're active, and I'm no longer active, or on certain holidays. Well, you know, that's like, you might as well not give discounts, because if they're active, more than likely they're going to be overseas, not working on their home. So, but anyway, my plan today is I'm going to knock that out of there, that little bench that's over there. I'm going to get the sink back out of there, so I got to get that out for now. That's just sitting there with a hose hooked up. That's a summer sink only. Alright, for just like washing hands and things. It drains out into like a little, well, a hole filled with gravel, you know, like a little, I forgot what you call it now, but anyway. So I got to move the sink, and I got to get that bench out of the way that old man Swift put there, and at that point I'm going to rip into that wall a little bit. So let me get started with that, and I'll let you know where I'm at. Well, I'm almost positive I'm going to have to pick up some more blades. What do I have for demo blades here? got too short and too long. So luckily some of this stuff is going to be pretty easy, but I'm going to have to pick up a half a dozen demo blades. That's all there is to it. But I got enough to get a couple openings at the bottom of the floor, which is what I'm trying to do, so I can get a better measurement than just trying to measure from earth up. If I had some type of a laser or something, it may be easier, but at this point I don't. So like I say, I'm going to cut out a portion of the floor over there, not the floor, but a portion of the wall at the baseboard, probably 2 sections. Now I don't know if that's 24 or 16 on center over there. So if it's 24, that'll be fine. If it's 16, I'll do 2 of them. And that'll give you an idea, a pretty good idea as to getting a level. And then I'll come along the other side that you're not seeing over on this side here to my right, and do the same thing in that corner to give me an idea on that, just in case the garage may have settled on one side or another. I want the floor as level as possible, but I also want it to try to follow the contour of the floor that's already here. So I want it, if it's crooked, I'm going to try to straighten it out, but not drastically to where it looks like it was straightened out, if you know what I mean. I want to make it look like it's been there. So I'm going to go over there now and do some cutting. Alright, well there's my hole. He went 24, it looks like. Anyway, that gives me an idea where I can come level. So what I can do now is come right off the inner floor. I'll put a 2x and send it out, and then I'll put a level on it and find out where I end up outside, so I know just how much earth I have to deal with, and block or sonotube, whichever. I may not need sonotube, it all depends, because that earth out there is hard. It hasn't been disturbed in years. So I'm thinking maybe just some block, you know, some like 24 may work. I don't know yet. I gotta check it out. I mean, if I got to dig to put a little footing in each one, well then I might as well just put a sonotube in each one. But let's see what happens. Take it one step at a time. But I got a hole, so now I can run something out there to get an idea where I'm at lengthwise as far as level. Alright, so far here's the hole. I got a 2x3 going out there right now, but unfortunately it's only 8 feet long. I do have it level, so it gives me an idea. Now naturally the floor is not going to sit on top of that, it'll be the lower part of that, but I wanted to get something there to give me some indication of level. I guess I'm going to have to just go to the store and pick up the materials. I got to put a list together. I'm thinking somewhere around 26 pieces of ply. I was going to use pressure treated all the way around, but I don't think that's needed. I'm just going to use pressure treated on the floor itself, and the same with the studding, just the pressure treated for the stringers and things. Anything that's going to be below or near ground, I'll use pressure treated on. So that's going to give me approximately I don't know, what do I got here? 12 by 20. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7.5 sheets or so. So 8 sheets. And then I'm going to need a little bit more for the roof because I got to go in 3 feet. So I'll probably need 10, 12, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. So anyway, I'm figuring somewhere around 25 sheets total. And I'm going to pick up some extra 2x4s because you never know when you're going to need one to corner something or frame in a window or whatever. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, 60 or 70 2x4s. I'm going to go 16 on center with them. And then, say with the stringers and things, I'm going to go 16 on center with those. So I figure what's that, 20 feet, well it's 19 feet, but 20 feet. So that's going to give me what, maybe 11? I got to divide it in, I haven't really thought about it. So I'm going to have to put together a list. I'll take the big trailer down with me and just grab as much as I can possibly grab. And as far as the lighting and the tar paper and, you know, the wrap and the roofing, I'll just pick that up at another time. I don't want to have this shit laying around too much. So the more it lays around, the more you got to move it, because no matter where you move it, it always ends up being in the way from something else. So I just get everything and stack the trailer in a way that I'm going to use it. And luckily I know the guy down there at the pro desk, so I can have him load the trailer up. And he'll load it as I need it, so this way I can just pull off the trailer. So in this case, you know, I'm going to be using the 2x6s pressure treated first, and then I'll be using 10 or so sheets of pressure treated ply. So I'll make sure that the 2x6s are on top, and the 10 pieces of ply that I'm going to need will be under that, and then the 2x4s, and then the ply. You follow me? So all I gotta do is pick. I don't have to move things. So it'll make life a lot easier. Because right now I'm doing this, you know, all by myself. I'm alone. I have a son that's 44 years old. Is coming back from a birthday vacation that his wife gave him in Florida, which is great. However, sometimes trying to get a hold of him is like, I don't know what, you know, I mean, sometimes it's impossible. So anyway, let me do what I gotta do.